Welcome to the first virtual book fair USA. Now from Mexico, the author Manuel Jesus Gutierrez presents his book, Historia de Mayanín. And from Mexico too, María José Comino presents her book, Sí al Homeschool, Educando en el Lugar, presented by Libertad Betancourt and interpreted by Manuel Ramos. Please, guys, go ahead.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Luis. Luis Palacios for this presentation for our support in backstage. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. My name is Libertad Betancourt. I'm a cultural ambassador for writers in America and Europe. Welcome to Houston. Welcome to United States. And this is the first virtual book fair in United States of America. Welcome to my country, and the half of my heart is Mexican too. And thank you for all our guests. Today we have two very nice writers. I'm so excited to know a little more about the book of both. And we have Manuel Ramos, who is going to helping us for the translation. He is great for that. Thank you so much. Now, I want to introduce our guest. We have two people here in the screen. You can see María José Camino. She is from Spain. She moved to Baja California, Mexico, and she's mom of two kids. I'm not sure, I don't have the information if are boy or a girl, or I don't know, but we are going to talk later about that. And I have Mr. Manuel Jesus Gutierrez. Mr. Manuel, he is from Mexico too, from Yucatan. Yucatan is a wonderful place. I love food. I had the opportunity to be there in several times. And now he worked for the military force in Mexico, and we are going to talk about the interesting life of them. I want to, before I start to talk of them or to talk with them, I would like to give it to you the turn to say hello for our audience. Please go ahead.
Okay, Libertad les da el espacio a ambos para que puedan dar una breve introducción, un saludo, y luego pasemos a las preguntas. Empezamos con María y pasamos después con Manuel.
Pues muchísimas gracias por la invitación a la Feria Virtual de Estados Unidos. Mi nombre es María José Comino, como dijo Libertad, y pues estoy presentando mi libro Sí al Homeschool.
Okay, Maria says that she's very grateful about the organizers of the book fair because now she's able to present her book, Yes to the Home School. Ahora el turno de Manuel para una breve presentación.
Mr. Manuel, it's your turn.
Es su turno, señor Manuel, unas palabras de introducción.
Bueno, pues al intérprete que está hablando el inglés, que tenga muy buenas noches. Pues para que me conozcan bien, yo me llamo Manuel Jesús Gutiérrez. Vivo aquí en Maní, Yucatán, México. Pues gracias por darme esta oportunidad.
Okay, he says that he is going to present tonight his book and that he has the pleasure of being here in the first virtual book fair of USA. Continue, please.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you, Mr. Manuel, for being here. It's a pleasure that you have the book that is a very interesting title, A Story of Mayanín, is full investigation. And I want to say that when we have two Manuels here, when I will call you, I'm going to call you Mr. Manuel Gutierrez, okay? Thank you so much. Okay, I have many questions and I would like to read about, I think the most important thing at this point is read about the story of the book. People is curious, they are interested to know a little. And according to my notes, I'm going to read the synopsis. And this book is, is the story of Mayanín. recounts the mysterious disappearance of a beautiful high school student in Puerto Morelos, Quintana Roo, 39 years ago. The author tells us about the development of the investigation, which involves her family, the authorities, and inhabitants of the attractive town in the southeast of Mexico, as well as the unexpected outcome of it. I'm so curious about the book, and my question is, Mr. Gutierrez, could you tell us a little more about the story? What kind of book is? What kind of book is?
Señor Manuel, nos gustaría que nos cuente un poquito más de la historia que usted desarrolla en el libro y qué tipo de libro es, si es ficción o es basado en hechos reales, tal vez.
Pues la verdad está basado en hechos reales, la conmovedora historia de Mayanín.
Okay, this book is based on real facts. In this case, the story of Mayanín is very sad. Continúe, por favor.
I think
Señor
Mr. Manuel cannot hear us. Mr. Manuel, you are going to talk and you are going to make some breaks to translate it, please. But I don't know if you are listening to us. Can
¿Sí
you
nos
hear
escucha,
us?
señor Manuel? ¿Nos escucha?
Sí, lo estoy escuchando.
Ah, ok. Después de la traducción usted puede continuar si es que quisiera agregar algo más.
Pues lo que yo quiero agregar es esto. Como se está promocionando mi libro en la ciudad de Nueva York, en Estados Unidos, pues no solamente a los neoyorquinos estoy invitando, sino que a todo el mundo, principalmente a los jóvenes. La mujer en esta época debe leer mi libro para que se entere cómo debe defenderse a los depravados sexuales que existen en la actualidad, que andan secuestrando a la mujer.
Okay. Okay, in this case, Mr. Manuel says that he recommends to read his book due to the times that we are living nowadays. We have heard about many cases of sexual abuse, so he recommends to read this book, especially for girls.
Y también a los jóvenes, los invito para que lean esta conmovedora historia, para que aprendan a respetar a la mujer y que no anden delinqueando o organizándose para hacer el secuestro a estas mujeres del mundo. Porque no solo aquí en México existe este problema, sino que existe en muchos países.
Also, he recommends guys to read this book, boys in this case, for not making these bad things, in this case, kidnapping girls, and for avoiding those attitudes.
Okay, fantastic. And I want to clarify to Mr. Manuel that this is not just for New York, it's for the whole country, United States of America. We have followers in Europe, people that they speak in English in other countries, and we have people in Spanish that they speak both languages too. You have a big audience all around the world.
Le queríamos precisar, señor Manuel, que tenemos una gran audiencia, no solo la de, en este caso, Nueva York, sino también de Europa, y personas que tienen, son bilingües y que hablan inglés y el español también. O sea que estamos con una audiencia bastante amplia.
Okay, thank you so much. And now the turn is for Maria Jose. Maria Jose from Valencia. And when I think in Valencia, I think in paella. My grandfather was from Valencia. Okay, I want to read a little about the review. Is homeschool is a way of life beyond a method. So this reading, I accompany to you discover an alternative to the traditional education system, the global change that we have suffered today that led us to start this system. For many, without knowing or without having the tools to carry it out. With this book, you will learn what homeschooling is all about at its main focus. You will find recommendations and the first step to start in this wonderful world that is you, that you guides and accompanies his son in his life learning. Give yourself the opportunity to demystify this educational practice, as well as free yourself from social convention to consider the evaluate other options. Okay, wonderful. I'm very interested about, I want to ask you specific questions. Now people, they have started to get it, no, my question, I'm going to forget the paper. My question is, now is we have in pandemic moment, no? The school before was in presence, and in United States, we have homeschools. But how was the education for your kids before the pandemic? They were in presence or they were in homeschool?
Ok, en este caso, María, quisiéramos que nos cuentes un poco la experiencia que tienes con tus niños, si ellos siempre han tenido educación en casa o estaban en alguna institución a la que asistían físicamente. Cuéntanos un poco.
Muy bien, pues muchas gracias. Pues efectivamente mis hijos, sí tengo dos niños varones, por lo que comentábamos al principio, uno de 10 años y otro de 7 años. Y ellos cursaron preescolar, el kinder, y el mayor hasta segundo de primaria en escuela tradicional, en el sistema tradicional. Pero antes de la pandemia, nosotros ya traíamos 2 años y medio practicando el homeschooling.
Okay, in this case, Maria mentions that he has two sons. One is 10 years old and the other one is 7, I think. And in this case, she mentions that they already had the homeschool experience during 2 years and a half. And I think we have some problems with the audio. Un poquito, María, el audio está sonando como interferido. Tal vez haya que revisarlo un poquito.
Puede ser el ventilador también, porque hace mucho calor aquí.
Definitely, I think so.
That is.
Okay, and I don't know if you want to say something more or I can ask you another question, and after we are going to talk with Mr. Manuel too.
¿Te gustaría agregar algo más, María, con respecto a esta pregunta de la experiencia con tus niños de la educación en casa?
No, pues simplemente decir que el cambio, o sea, no fue nada en contra de lo que es la escuela tradicional, el sistema tradicional como tal, sino más bien con situaciones en las que se suelen presentar nuestros hijos a diario, sobre todo por el lado emocional o cómo afrontar ciertas circunstancias.
Okay, in this case, Maria emphasizes that the experience during the homeschool is nothing against the traditional school. In this case, he believes that she had the chance to teach her children how to react when they have some situations in the traditional school, especially in an emotional aspect.
Excellent. Okay, I think I'm going to ask Mr. Manuel another question is, could you please describe some emotions that your book will touch in our heart when we will read your book?
¿Nos podría contar, señor Manuel, qué tipo de emociones hemos de encontrar al leer su libro?
No entendí la pregunta.
Tenemos entendido de que el libro es basado en hechos reales y tiene una historia ciertamente un poco triste, pero tal vez hayan otras emociones que uno puede encontrar durante la lectura de su libro. Cuéntenos un poco más al respecto de ellas.
Bueno, pues ahí aparece muchos acontecimientos en torno al secuestro de la señorita Mayaní. Por ejemplo, el compañero que era su amigo, que era su gran amigo, sufrió una terrible decepción y se tiró al vicio y lo condujo para que se suicidara por pensar de que la señorita Mayanín había desaparecido y no había aparecido ante las autoridades que estaban investigando el secuestro.
Okay, in this case, Mr. Manuel mentions that we will feel the disappointing feeling that the best friend of Majanin had after her kidnapping. In this case, it had a very terrible ending due to the suicide of this character. And because he got very sad when the authorities were investigating the Majanin's kidnapping. Pues, ¿algo más tal vez? ¿Alguna otra emoción tal vez?
Lo triste de este sufrimiento que padeció su compañero de Mayanín. La familia, o sea, los hermanos de Mayanín, pues lo culparon del secuestro, la autoridad lo sospechó también, y por eso yo creo que ahí vino un trauma psicológico para que se conduzca sobre esta tragedia. Pues son cosas que lamentablemente a veces se equivoca una persona al sentenciar a una persona inocente, que ya después dentro de la historia se aclara de que él es el triunfador de la historia.
Don't tell us. Don't tell us.
Okay, yes, okay. There's okay. Okay, Mr. Manuel mentions that in this case the story continues because the family of Majanin thought that this character, this friend, was the guilty. And in this case, we are going to find that in the book. We have to read this book to understand what happened after that. Ok, señor Manuel, muchas gracias. Hay que guardar ciertas cositas para que todos nuestros videntes de este momento también puedan encontrar en el libro más pasajes de la historia.
Thank you so much. And I know that Maria Jose is so excited. She wants to tell us, like a mom, I'm mom of 4 kids. I was like you. I had the opportunity to read the biography of both. And in your case, you were really involved in the education of your kids. Like me, we were in the commit in the school, helping, and we know the advantage and disadvantage in the school. My question is, if you were involved, you saw many things that you don't like for the education of your kids. What is the main idea, the principal reason that you decide, I want to be with my kids, be involved at home with them? And what is the most difficult obstacle that you have to manage? What was the most difficult, the most important difficulty?
Oh, ok, María José, nos gustaría saber cuál fue la mayor dificultad que tú hallaste al desarrollar el homeschool o la escuela en casa.
And the main idea why you decide to be with your kids after you be involved.
Ajá, ¿y cuál es la idea principal de querer desarrollar este involucramiento con tus niños, ¿no? Con la escuela en casa?
Pues mira, primeramente explicar o comentar la razón por la que decidimos empezar el homeschool fue como comentaba, por la presión sobre todo que sufría mi hijo el mayor de tener que alcanzar ciertas notas en ciertas materias que a lo mejor se le complicaban un poco.
Okay, in this case, Maria emphasizes that the principal reason for trying the homeschool was the pressure that her older son was suffering due to the high scores that he had to get in some subjects of the school. So they took that decision.
Ahora bien, ¿cuál ha sido la mayor dificultad a la que nos hemos enfrentado como papás en el homeschool? El día a día, la organización de las materias, el que los niños puedan entender que a la vez que, o sea, aunque estén en casa, pues hay tiempos, ¿no? Hay tiempos de escuela, hay tiempos de jugar, hay tiempos de divertirse.
Thank you, Maria. In this case, she mentions that the most difficult part of this system, of this model, is the daily development, in this case, to organize and to teach her children that there are schedules for everything, for playing, for studying, for doing other kind of activities. So she considers that that was the most difficult part.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sin embargo, si me permiten compartirles que el hecho de que el día a día a veces es un caos, es totalmente un placer y un gusto poder ver a tus hijos de cerca crecer, sobre todo fomentando las áreas que ellos más disfrutan y fomentando la intención y el sentimiento de que no depende solamente de la nota que saquen, sino más bien del conocimiento que están adquiriendo y del conocimiento que están absorbiendo.
Okay, in this case, also Maria adds that another difficult aspect is that she had to teach them that the most important thing that they are doing is that they are specializing in specific areas that they are interested at, and also that the scores, the high scores, are not the most important part of the learning process. In this case, she have taught them that what is more important is the knowledge that they are getting and the knowledge that they are absorbing.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. And Maria, now everybody is at home, work, students, many people. Now we are learning how to manage that, and I think we are doing well. I'm sorry for the problems here. Okay, Mr. Manuel, I don't want to ask you a specific question. I want to give you the opportunity to send a message now. What do you want to tell us?
En este espacio, señor Manuel, le quisiéramos dar el tiempo para que usted quisiera expresar, que nos diga lo que usted quisiera expresar con respecto a su obra y el libro.
Pues lo que yo deseo es que mi libro sea vendido en todos los países del mundo y que sea llevado a la pantalla grande para que sirva de ejemplo para que los jóvenes dejen de delinquir en contra de la mujer.
Okay, in this case, Mr. Manuel mentions that he would like to share his book in all around the world. In this case, also he would like to watch his story in a big screen. He would like to watch it in the movies, in the movie theater, because he considers that it is a very interesting and important story for teaching to young people what not to do, in this case for boys, for not making those crimes, and in this case for girls too, for getting protected against these situations.
Beautiful, beautiful heart that a man is trying to help and protect women. We need this kind of men, with kind of men in this world. Thank you so much.
Muchas gracias, señor Manuel. Libertad le expresa su agradecimiento y su felicitación por, siendo usted varón, también desarrollar este tipo de temáticas.
Okay, now my question is for Maria. First of all, well, at the end, I'm going to ask you both, where can we find the book, okay? But Maria, another thing that you want to tell us, I don't want to ask you, I have many questions, but I want that you don't say, oh my God, I wanted to say that and I didn't have the opportunity. Now is the opportunity for your message, please.
Por favor, María, algún mensaje que sea, que a ti te nazca darnos, que no necesariamente esté dentro de las preguntas.
Pues simplemente decirles a todos los papás y las mamás que este libro fue creado con mucho cariño, con mucho amor para todos los papás que se han podido sentir abrumados, sobre todo en la pandemia, por el nuevo método de tener la escuela en casa.
In this case, Maria mentions that the book has been created with lots of love and that now we have the chance to practice this method because we are still living the pandemic of COVID-19. So it's a perfect time for reading the book that she has written and for practicing the pieces of advices that she gives.
Fantastic. And yeah, so go ahead.
Y simplemente decir que no tengan temor a poder intentar tener otra opción o ver otra opción aparte del sistema tradicional. Al principio puede dar un poquito de miedo lo desconocido, pero pues en este libro son los primeros pasos, todas las herramientas para poder empezar.
Okay, thank you, Maria. In this case, she mentions that parents should be afraid about trying this new method because sometimes they are going to have trouble, but of course, if we get her book, we are going to have very good recommendations for trying this new method.
Okay, thank you. And Mr. Manuel, can you hear us? My question is, where can I buy your book? Are you in Facebook, Instagram, or where can I find the book? I know we can buy for Global Design self-publication of books. But let me, tell me, where can I buy it?
Señor Manuel, cuéntenos por favor dónde podemos encontrar su libro, tal vez virtualmente, físicamente, también sus redes sociales y obviamente también si es que a través de Global Design también lo podemos encontrar.
Lo que logré entender de lo que usted me preguntó, ¿me puede repetir brevemente la pregunta? Como que no lo capté bien.
Ok, ¿dónde podemos comprar el libro? Tal vez si lo tiene virtual o en físico. Y si tiene redes sociales, ¿dónde lo podemos contactar?
Perfecto, pues en Amazon México, en Estados Unidos, en España, en Italia, en otros países donde hay Amazon. Y le agradezco muchísimo a Global Design, Autopublica tu libro, que me ayudó muchísimo para llevarlo en Amazon. Y yo no pensé sobre esto, pero qué bueno de que ya se está escalando para que vaya buscando el éxito.
Okay, thank you, Señor Manuel. In this case, he mentions that we are going to find his book in Amazon, Mexico, Spain, and USA too. And of course, via Global Design.
Thank you so much. Now the turn is for María José.
Pues igualmente que mi colega, el señor Manuel Jesús, lo pueden encontrar en Amazon, en todas las plataformas, la plataforma de Amazon en Estados Unidos, en España, en Italia. Y pues simplemente que se animen a comprar el libro, es una gran herramienta, viene todo lo que podemos necesitar para poder empezar sin miedos y para que no se sientan solos. Gracias a Comunicación Global Design y muchas gracias a la Feria Virtual del Libro de Estados Unidos.
Okay, thank you, Maria. In this case, she mentions that as Mr. Manuel, we can find her book in Amazon Italy, USA, and Spain too. And in this case, also via Global Design. And of course, he concludes saying that she's very grateful with Global Design and the Virtual Book Fair of USA.
Thank you so much for both, because you share with us your testimonies, your life, your experiences in a book. And when you write a book, it's not your book now, it's the book for the world. Yeah, and when you write it, you lost the book because now it's for us, for the rest of the world. Thank you so much for your material, your feelings, your emotions that you put in paper.
Libertad les agradece mucho a ambos de compartir sus experiencias y que obviamente ahora ya no es un libro de propiedad suya, sino que ya es un patrimonio que ustedes entregan a la humanidad, y pues que está muy agradecida, igual que mi persona, por la ocasión de haber compartido con ustedes. Felicidades.
Thank you so much, Manuel Ramos, for this impeccable and beautiful and rich translation. And thank you so much for Luis Palacios for this impeccable transmission too. Thank you for all the audience. And thank you, Mr. Manuel Jesus Gutierrez, with a beautiful story of Mayanin, full investigation, and for your beautiful book, Maria Jose Comino, and the name is Yes to Homeschooling. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Muchas gracias, buenas noches y felicidades por los libros de ambos, María José y el señor Manuel. Hasta una próxima ocasión.
Gracias, Libertad y Manuel.
Thank you, Manuel Ramos, for the interpretation. Thank you, Libertad, for this brilliant interview. And thank you, Maria Jose and Manuel Jesus, for this wonderful presentation. This is the first Virtual Book Fair USA. Thanks for watching. See you later.